Yeah. Um, yeah. Do we need to say anything else?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'll just make
It
sure
was.
everything's going up on my side. Yep, looks good.
Hey, the Wood Clan. Hey, Ivy.
Hello, hello, hello.
Outlaw. Outlaw. G'day. All right.
What is cracking? What is cracking? All right, so got a few things to talk about today. I've gone to the devlog page.
Let's go to that.
So 14.5 Summer Festival. It's winter for us, but we'll call it Summer Festival regardless. It's all the Northern
Oh yeah.
Hemisphere stuff. We never get the Southern stuff down here.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Let's have a summer festival in winter, shall we?
exactly
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For those of us freezing our asses off.
Exactly
So,
right.
you know,
100%.
let's
100%.
let's
So,
celebrate summer and winter.
well, why not? Why not? Why not? So if you guys haven't claimed your 1 day gift, as they usually give us, to us peasants, yeah, let's just enjoy that bit. But what are your thoughts so far after playing a few games today? Did you see any? We don't call them bugs; we call them features.
Beaches.
Yep. Obviously, you played a lot more today. Was there any new features today that you say was still the same?
Um, I didn't see any new features. So I think that's good.
Yep.
I saw some new ships. People have obviously already gone and gotten the
Mm-hmm.
new experimental ships.
Yep.
Um, they're nothing to write home about, in my opinion. So I haven't. Yeah, I think they are fine. I think they are more acceptable than the previous lot. They blend
Mm.
in better
Yep.
because they don't start the battle with next to no health, which is nice. Um, but I still personally think that experimenting with ships in the game should not happen in the live game. But yeah, yeah,
mm.
with a HP secondary gimmick, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I took one on. Can't remember what ship I was in. I took one on. I think I was in Duncan. That's right. I was in
Right.
Duncan, and I
Yep.
charged. I charged at him, and I got to the point where I was almost dead. So I ducked in behind an island. Used my super heal, came around the other side of the island, and then took him out. So yeah, he was causing me lots of problems. I think he ended up doing, when I looked at the maths, around about 90 to 100,000 damage to a Duncan,
right.
which is way more than my health pool.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, Duncan has the super heal. So
Yep.
because most of it was secondary HE damage,
Mm.
I could heal almost all of it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yes, the gimmick's probably great if you don't have a ship that likes HE spam.
There you go.
So there,
There
yeah,
you
there you
go.
go. There's your way to solve it. Send the Duncan after him.
Yep. Exactly right.
Or the
Exactly
St.
right.
Vincent, or anything else with a super heal. So
So moving up. So we got Summer Festival Event Pass.
yes.
So there isn't much on the event pass itself. They've got a few things they've included in the first line. You get 3 days premium. You get if you guys can see on probably both our channels, you get the boom effect when you blow a ship up,
Yeah.
when you destroy it. I'm not a fan of it.
And a commander.
And you get a nice, sexy commander.
Yes. But if you are a fan of it, you can spend 2,500 doubloons to buy more boom.
Exactly.
So uh as I said to Bo, I saw him looking at it, and I think he was tempted to buy it. And I said, don't buy it. You can get one free in the event pass.
Mm,
So don't buy it.
no.
Get it free from the event pass. So
And it won't take long
yeah,
for you to get it if you really, really want it to. Not that you really want it,
absolutely.
but it's there. If that makes sense.
I mean, I like that they brought these into the game.
Yeah.
These effects. My only problem with them is every Tom, Dick, and Harry has them now on almost every single, like, well, not on every single one of the ships, but on a lot of their ships.
Yeah.
So it's now no longer special to have a destruction effect.
Mm.
They basically just went, hey, we're bringing some destruction effects in,
Yeah.
and then gone, destruction effects for all. So,
let's give it to everyone.
Here's your destruction effect. They've done the Oprah of destruction effects.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah,
a destruction
exactly,
effect. Here's a
exactly.
destruction effect. Here's a destruction effect. It's like, yeah.
Look, I'm not a fan
kind
of them. I think what I would prefer is a different type of destruction effect on how you destroy the ship. You know,
Yep.
You know, if it's like a torpedo, if your ship gets torpedoed, like it's an implosion effect. You know, if you hit the magazines inside the ship, it's like a massive front end explosion. Like I think they should be working on that sort of style than this, personally.
Yeah.
You know, bring the effects out of the ship of when it does get destroyed. You know, that's my opinion on that. I don't know about you guys in chat, but I think having more of a physics effect explosions will be a lot better than just you get a ship bobbling up and down if it's if you get destroyed right next to an island, or just those sort of things. There was a few good effects that they did previously, which I didn't mind, but I think they need to work on their physics a lot more.
This one to me is too arcadey, but I guess it would appease to some of the, what do you say, those that like the Azure Lane, for example. That
the
kind
children.
of thing. This would appeal to them. I guess you can go that way. PC, but it will take a lot of work for them to come up. Oh, yep, absolutely.
It would, but you know what? I don't think there isn't much more of a way that they can sort of like implement it into it, where the physics part of it isn't like it's not that far off. Like obviously they made everything else look fantastic. Now let's just get the physics part. Then they got this. If they can do this, they can do anything else, I reckon. Honestly. It looks like a cartoon. I agree 100%. That's why I'm not a big fan of it.
Anyway, unlocking the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons will immediately grant you the Pin-Up Summer permanent camouflage, which we can see below. And I'm not a fan of it. It's nothing special. So for 2,100 doubloons, it alone is not worth it. But you can also get the Tier 6 premium ship Duca d'Aosta and a total of 150 summer tokens to progress you through the Summer Festival event in the Armory. Again, we will look at the Summer tokens and Summer Festival in a little bit more detail later on, and assess whether or not this is even worth it. So I would say that nothing in that highlights of the event pass second progression stands out to me as something that I need to have. The thing that will make me buy the second line is the economic boosters, the steel, the coal.
Correct.
Those are the things that will make me buy the second line. This stuff is just okay at the moment. Well, I mean, I don't know about the summer tokens because we haven't actually looked into detail on the summer token stuff yet.
No, obviously just got released today. We have to look more into it.
Yeah, but the Duca d'Aosta Tier 6 ship, cool. If you don't have it, awesome. If you have it, you're going to get some credits. I always say don't count the ship as to your whether or not you're going to buy the second line. Regardless of whether it's a good ship or not, don't count the ship as the reasoning for buying the second line. That's my point of view. But anyway, that's the event pass. Okay, you'll get 7,050,050 credits compensation if you already have the Duca d'Aosta. There you go. So that's decent credits, but it's a shame it's only 7 million for that ship. But anyway,
you would think you'll get more. I'm not a fan of that camo as well. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking there.
That's that second line one. Anyway, it's just somebody does some artwork and slapped it on a
pretty much. That's exactly what it looks like.
I mean, I'd much rather them do an Aboriginal one for the Australian, for the Commonwealth cruises. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, the much loved asymmetric battles has come back once again for 14.5. So yourself and your div mates can go from tier 6 all the way to tier 10 And I think how many of us can go on there again? Was it 5? I'm pretty sure it was 4 or 5.
Up to 5, yeah,
Yeah, up to
5
5, yeah.
players. Yep. So the battle is a 5v12 again.
Correct, yeah.
And you can take a full div into the battle if you wish. And you will face, what is it, 2 tiers lower and below that for whatever tiers you pick.
Correct, yeah.
And super ships. Oh, and super ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the same as normal. There's nothing really new in asymmetric battles. It's just back.
I enjoy it.
So
Like, I really
do
enjoy
enjoy
it. Yeah, for me, like, for us to jump in as a div and just have a bit of fun, bit of banter.
Yeah.
Who can get the most kills, who's got the most, obviously, damage and so forth, or, who F's up the first.
It'll be great for some missions and especially naval battles. So keep an
Yeah.
eye on that, because the
Agree.
big hint for naval battles, when you especially get into ones with ribbons or, well, anyway, I mean anything except for base XP,
Correct.
asymmetric battles is going to be your go-to place. Even base XP to an extent,
Mm-hmm.
but base XP is probably still better gained in other areas. But this is definitely got some advantages that you should be able to take advantage of. Yeah. but
One
it's
thing I
back.
need to mention on that as well. So the unique commander talent will be disabled in asymmetric.
Oh, it's disabled now.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So if you got a unique commander, all the talents will be disabled when you're doing asymmetric battles in 14.5.
So, but just to make that clear, that is only the talents. That's not the bonuses you get on the commander skills.
I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah.
Which is the way that clan battles works, for
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
You cannot get achievements. That's why. Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah. You cannot get achievements. Yep. No, that's fair.
All right. So also, which is not ending, is the Unbreakable line in 14.5.
Well, it's back
It is back. Yep.
because
So
it was gone for a little
yeah,
while.
for the last one. Yeah. 7v7 is tier 9 and tier 8. Oh, sorry, tier 9 and tier 10 cruisers, battleships, and destroyers. So up to 4 cruisers, 4 battleships, and 3 destroyers. The map pool has been expanded with the Big Race, Hotspot, Land of Fire, Sea of Fortune, Trident Loop, Sleeping Giant, and Greece.
And they did that so they could add tier 10, because that was why they originally had the limitation down lower, was because the maps weren't big enough for tier 10.
Yeah.
Now you can do tier 10. So apparently the meta already is to take out a Kleber. So
Yeah.
rather than YOLO Emilio, they're taking out the Kleber.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. There you go. Hey, Steve, how you going, buddy? And thank you, Jelcom, for that. Appreciate it. For clarifying that, I should say.
Yep.
So, second group of experimental ships. You said you've seen one before. I actually saw it today. Retro was actually in the Protector.
And I've seen a Hataka as well.
Already.
I haven't seen the Varese. Well, you should already have, based on the fact that you've been playing the game a lot, you should already have a lot of the points
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get it. So all you need to do is spend the
cash.
credits, the cash. Splash the cash to get
Splash the cash, exactly.
So the gimmick of these ones is that these are designed for brawling. These ships, they've got strong secondaries, and as they lose health, the ships lose health, the secondary guns improve.
Yeah.
So their rate of fire and their range is increasing.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're taking down their health and trying to run away from a ship, he's probably, and you were in secondary range just on the edge, you're probably actually increasing his secondary range so that he can keep farming you.
Correct. Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind when you're playing against these guys, is that their secondaries get better the more health you take off them. Now they don't have they don't start on a lower health. They start on full health like every other ship in the game. So they're less gimmicky in that sense. And I mean, they're fine. They fit in the game. They seem to fit in the game fine. I don't have a problem with them, but I still stand by the point. I don't like this idea of having us being experimented on in the game with ships that, well, let's be clear. This topic has come up a few times, and people have mentioned in chat. At 14.7, they will be removing the experimental ships and everything to do with the experimental side of things. However, they have also stated that they may decide that some of these things will stay in the game.
Yeah.
Which means that my bet is that these 6 ships will come into the game after the experimental ships thing has completed as coal or steel or doubloon ships. They will come into the game with their gimmicks, with everything there. So
yeah,
I that is my expectation is that these are coming into the game. We will probably see the conditional documents or whatever they are. They may or may not.
Agree, Justin.
But they've worked on them so much for them to scrap them. Exactly, they're not going to scrap them. They are absolutely not going to scrap these ships. So, and as I said, the wording is very I think they've been very careful about it. They're removing the experimental ships, so they're removing the ones that you guys got during this phase of the thing. That doesn't mean that they won't exist in another form.
Yeah, agree.
So, and that is, I think, the key thing there. And they have also specifically said on their video and live stream that some things may return. So, expensive rentals in the meantime, though, aren't they? Yep, they're expensive.
100% exactly very expensive. Yeah, very expensive.
You don't get your credits back.
At
you
all.
get everything you put on the ship back, the commanders and the the modules and everything else you put on them, but you don't get your credits back.
Yeah. Look, I went up against a protector, and I managed to Citadel very easily. So it wasn't like it's a ship. It is a brawling ship, but like he probably just wasn't playing it. It was the first time I was playing it, so you can tell. But like for me itself, I was in the Congress and I managed to Citadel him at full range, not a problem whatsoever. Yep. But like he did survive. He started to come into the actual game itself. But it didn't last long. They burned very easily, very quickly. So you just got to be careful with those sort of ships as well.
Yep. But I mean, Jelka's right. You can think of it as you get 60k coal with them during this patch for the credits you're spending. So you're converting credits to coal.
Yeah.
Basically. So you're basically getting as long as you do the missions, as long as you buy the ships and do the missions, you're getting the coal.
Good.
All right. The leaderboard. So this is new to the experimental ships. So during the first week of this update, you'll be able to test your skills with the Oregon. You need to go into the armory. You need to sign up for the thing before you take the Oregon out. So don't just take the Oregon out before you actually sign up for it. Then for participating in this, if you are placed 1 to 25 in the competition, you get the Johnston, the Tier 9 destroyer. I'm assuming if you have it, you'll get 5,000 steel as compensation instead of the ship if you have it, which is pretty nice. If you get 26th to 50th, you'll get 30,000 coal. If 51st to 100th, 10,000 coal. And if you participate, you'll get 40,000 elite commander XP. So, and then in the next update, they'll do this again with the Verise instead. So there are already lots of people who've done this. I think it's a per server thing as well. So I think
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. So earlier on today, Shine was leading the leaderboard. Actually.
It was. I saw that.
Yeah, we had Gorky Puma was leading the leaderboard. He is no longer leading the leaderboard. The leader,
he done a fair bit of damage though.
I looked, he did 315,000. But the last time I looked, I haven't looked recently. The last time I looked, the winner was up to 398,000.
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
So you're talking, if you want to get first at the moment, basically having to beat 400,000 damage in the Oregon on NA. Pray for arms race.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what you want. Exactly right, Justin.
Yeah, pray for arms race and a lot of battleships to farm, and don't play the ship aggressively. You're basically sitting at the back farming.
Correct.
So basically, what you're going to see is Oragons in the battle, sitting at the back of the map farming with HE, instead of actually participating in the battle. So pray to not have an Oregon on your team when you're trying to play normally.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Brutus has got
EU is
300k at the moment.
300k right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get
Yeah.
behind, buddy.
And I haven't looked at Asia, so we'll have a look at Asia when we get back into the game later and see.
Hey,
where it's
Retro,
at.
there you go.
All right. So that's that thing. Now, clan battles,
I saw you too, buddy.
season 30.
Season 30 of Clan Battles. Do you want to stay on this page or do you want to go on the development page?
Let's go on the development one.
Well, we'll quickly talk about the actual battle itself. So what's on the 14.5 update. So they are still saying I'm sticking with 7v7 tier 10 ships. Game sessions available on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays as normal. There is no restrictions.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
Well, yes, battleships, destroyers, and cruisers only,
Yeah.
and only one battleship per
Correct.
team. But apart from that, there are no other restrictions.
No more restrictions.
Although hybrids are banned.
Yes. So we've got the Louisiana
Commissar and Hildebrand are banned.
Correct.
So there is that limitation. That is the only limitation.
And thank God for that.
So basically, no planes, no planes or subs.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the blog. I'm going to change over to that.
Yep. Changed over. All right. So
this is the interesting part.
Yeah, 7v7 obviously, and the maps are Hotspot, Land of Fire, Sea of Fortune, Tears of Desert, Shatter, Loop, and Northern Waters. Thank God we don't have Trap, because we all know what happened in Trap last season.
Correct, yeah.
It was a trap.
And also, it's also obviously fought with domination, clan domination mode as well. So it's nothing else from that.
Yep, that's pretty straightforward. This season, classified documents are coming to clan battles. Now, the way that this is going to work is slightly different to the way that they were talking about things going to be working originally. Thankfully, not playing those Frankenstein CBs. Yep. At the moment, yeah. There's no restrictions at the moment. The idea around this is that you can assign the classified documents to a ship, a specific ship on the opposing team. You'll get to see what ships are there. But if you say in this example that you can see on the screen, it's got 2 Shimikazes in there. If you assign the classified document to a Shimikaze, it assigns it to both Shimikazes. So it's based on the ship, not the player, and not the type. Now, the nice thing about this screen is you don't get to... So this screen happens before you see the lineup and before you see the clan. However, my understanding is that things like the monitoring tools and things like that will be able to tell you who is in the team. So there will still be ways for you to be able to work out...
To get around it, yeah.
So I don't particularly like that you can potentially target a specific person.
Yeah.
But it is okay that you can potentially target a specific ship. But there are very specific things that when you target the ship, it does. So you don't get to choose what you're doing to the ship.
Yeah.
There are things that happen to the ship based on what the ship is. And that is explained here. So Kurfürst, Preußen, Schlieffen, Libertad, Kremlin, Sicilia, and Ohio. Damage taken from main battery shells will be -5%. Damage taken from secondary battery shells will be -10%. So that is your defense from them.
Yeah.
So they will do less damage to you. The damage dealt by you to them also increases. So basically, you're decreasing their efficiency and increasing your efficiency against them. The document only takes effect on when being attacked by it. No, it takes effect when you're attacking it as well. So Hey, Lorenzu, how you doing? Um, then you've got the Irresistible Bourgogne Republic, Mecklenburg, St. Vincent, Incomparable, Oregon, Rhode Island, Christopher Colombo, William de Erster, Montana, and Wisconsin. Damage taken from all armaments -10. Damage dealt by all armaments +10.
Yeah.
When you're attacking it. I hate that the Colombo is in that list. It should be in the one above.
I think so as well. I was actually going to say that because now I'm actually thinking maybe instead of taking my precious GK,
Take Colombo.
I might either take Colombo or go to the Republic.
Yeah, like it's encouraging people to take that broken ship. Ohio is a secondary ship, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But although actually the damage taken from all armaments -10%. Actually, this is probably better for Colombo because it deals with the sap better.
Yeah.
Whereas this, okay, so I see what it said.
Yeah, I can see
The
why
top
it's
ones they've classified as secondary, the bottom ones they've classified
As
as
mains.
non-secondary. So they've
Yeah.
targeted the mains heavier, whereas they've targeted the secondaries and the fire and floods damage higher on those ones. Okay, it kind of makes sense. And then the Shiki, Yamato, Vermont, Slava, Conqueror, Luria, Bungo, and Thunderer, damage taken from all armaments -10%, and dispersions of shells fired by the enemy attacking your ship is +40%.
You're just gonna see shells doing this.
Yeah, so it decreases the accuracy of their guns and decreases the damage that they do, but you don't do more damage to them. See, actually, that's where Colombo should be.
Yeah. All right. So next one is
it's less accurate. I understand that, and then you get to cruisers if you want to.
Yeah, I'll do the Petro. So Petro, the I see the Sevastopol Defense, Marcel, Puerto Rico, Moskva, and Stalingrad. So damage dealt to all armaments is +15%, and damage from fires and floods set by you is +25% on that one. Then the next one, you got the Nevsky, Brisbane, Smolensk, Surveyor, Minnow, Plymouth, Austin, Worcester, St. Martin, and Des Moines. So dispersion of shells fired by the enemy attacking your ship is +30%, and then the attack maximum main battery shell dispersion when you're targeting the enemy ship is -8%, which is pretty good. Damage dealt by all armaments is +10%.
That's gonna suck for Brisbane.
Bad. But we haven't got many Brisbane players, so it's not too. I'm talking about from our point of a clan battles, but yeah.
From our point of view, this is fine.
I think this might even help us out. It's all sort of sense, right?
Yeah.
That first week of clan battles is always gruesome for us. You know, playing against those Hurricane Typhoon clans that come through.
Well, although we have found when new features come in, when people are still trying to get used to it, we tend to do better. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Want to continue the cruises?
You go.
All right, Napoli, Cerberus, Brennus, Henri, Hindenburg, Venezia, Yoshino, Zhao, Prince Van Orange, Incheon, Castilla, Gibraltar, Goliath, Monmouth, and Salem. Damage taken from main battery shells -15%, and chances of catching fire -30%.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this specific list of ships. I seriously wonder if they've actually forgotten any ships. That would be really funny. If there's like a ship that they've forgotten.
You get one sneaks in.
that just doesn't get anything happen to it. So no documents to nerf my Puerto Rico. Yes, there is. Puerto Rico is up in the first one with the Petro, Varese, Sevastopol Defense, Marseille, Moskva, and Stalingrad.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets +15% damage dealt by all armaments and damage from fires and floods set by you +25%.
Libertad's there.
Libertad, yep. Libertad is in the top line.
Yep. Right there, Lee.
Secondary ships.
It's a secondary ship. So good luck with that.
Yep. Good luck if they target that. But I mean, that's the thing is it's going to be interesting to see what people target, because I think what we're going to see is a lot of divs that potentially have Petro, Moskva, Stalingrad, and maybe Nevsky all together.
Yeah.
So that you have like 4 12-kilometer radars.
Correct. Yeah.
So what are you going to target? Are you going to target some of those radars, or are you going to target the battleship?
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway,
we're not going to see much of brawls I reckon there would be like the brawls in clan battles now will be very separated. You can have the DDs doing all the searching, cruisers trying to find an island or find somewhere, and you're going to find all the battleships just sniping from the back until like you start destroying. If it's 7v7, you got like say 6v3, and then you start to see the ships like sort of moving together to get that last brawl in. I think for the first 5 to 10 or 6 minutes or 7 minutes of the game, you're going to have a lot of ships just spread out, which affects the radar ships, obviously, because you'll be trying to radar an area and there'll be nothing. There'll be either one ship there or nothing there, because everyone's hiding.
And I think we're going through the damage to what the classified documents will do at the moment, but we haven't gotten to how the classified documents are assigned. And I think that is going to have an impact on what you see as well.
Correct.
Because different ships can assign different number of classified documents in the battle. But anyway, we should keep on going with this. Kitakami, Yari, okay. Yodo, Golden Lu, Utrecht, Jinan. Actually, you know what I just noticed?
What's up?
So Oregon is in the list, but Varese is in the list. Okay,
yeah,
I hadn't said.
It was up there.
Okay, so anyway, these guys here, the Kitakami, etc. Chances of catching fire minus 20%. So in other words, they're gonna create less fire. Chances of flooding minus 20%, less chance of them giving you a flood. Damage taken by torpedoes is minus 15%, and damage taken from bombs minus 15% as well. So your Golden Lu and Utrecht are nerfed. Whereas your Prince Van Orange is still up in a different area. So his bombs are still as effective, but his bombs were never as effective as Golden Lu and Utrecht anyway. And the other ones which have lots of torps, their torps have been nerfed. They're all going to be nerfed if they get the document put on them.
Well, if there's a Jinan there, 100%,
Oh, it's going on the Jinan if there's a Jinan there. Sorry. But if you take a Jinan out, I'm going after you. I've been saying that for a while.
That's it. You're done.
Full push a flank on his own defense.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly.
Okay. Ragnar, Kleber, Marceau, Vampire 2, Gdansk. You spelt it with a 2 instead of the II. Come on. Anyway. Gdansk, Elbing, Alberto de Barbiano, the Regulo, Harugamo, Delny, Kaba, Alvaro de Bazin, Druid, Burrows, Forrest, Sherman, and Hull. Damage taken from main battery shells for you will be minus 15, and chances of catching fire minus 30%. So they're not nerfing the torps or anything in any of those ships, but they are dealing with the fire chances. And then Smoland, Hoffman, Z42, Z52, Hayate, Tromp, Lucian, Grozavoy, and Daring. Damage taken from all armaments is minus 20. And then
the last one,
the torp boats. Surprise, surprise. Holland, Cassard, Shimakaze, La Pampa. And he's going to pump out those torps like there's no tomorrow. Yu Yang, Gearing, and Summers. Damage taken from torpedoes minus 15% for you. And when you attack these guys, your maximum main battery shell dispersion will be minus 4%. So in other words, you'll have 4% better chance of hitting them. And damage dealt by all armaments up 7.5%. So you'll be able to damage them quicker and you'll be more accurate. And they do less damage.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is going to be the interesting part now. What ships do you take out?
Yes. So if your ship is not in this list of ships, then you get 2 classified document slots, which means that you can put classified documents on 2 ships. However, if you have one of the following, you may only put 1 classified document. Lucian, Gdansk, Svea, San Martin, Brisbane and Brisbane B, Stalingrad, Moskva, Bungo, Floria, Colombo. Why the frickin' hell is Colombo in them? Get one. Marseille, Daring, Thunderer, Summers, Des Moines, Montana, and BA Montana, Wisconsin, and Ohio.
Yeah.
And then the next lot of ships get 0 classified documents. So in other words, they cannot do anything to anyone.
Correct.
Vermont, St. Vincent, Kleber and Kleber CLR, Marceau, Napoli and Napoli B, Kremlin, Nevsky, Petro, Libertad, Smallland, and Ragnar. These are the ships that more often than not get banned in clan battles.
Yep.
Colombo should be in that list,
100%.
in my opinion. Colombo should not be in the one classified document list if this is the way that they are doing it. It should be in the zero classified.
Hey, look, they may
document list.
change it, yeah?
I think they made. Yep, they may change it, but I think they've made a mistake there. I don't think Dutch Cruiser is on that list.
Mm-hmm.
The Dutch Cruisers are on the list.
But if you see here on the bottom, please all information development blog is preliminary. Announcement, adjustments, and features may change multiple times during the testing. Final information will be published on our games website. So, yeah, we'll so before
Thanks
clan
for the
battle
raid.
start. Hey, Obi, how you going, buddy? Welcome. So day before clan battles or when clan battle starts, go to the Wargaming website and double check everything else that's there and make sure nothing has changed or gone around. So yeah, you guys can able to select your ships appropriately.
Yep.
Thanks for the raid, Obi.
You'll have 90 seconds to actually select. You'll have 30 seconds before the start of the battle and 60 seconds during the first. So during the first 60 seconds of the match, you are able to change to choose your selection for the classified documents.
Correct.
After that point, you failed to assign your classified documents. So, yeah, that's your opportunity to choose your ships. So, yeah, have fun with classified documents from next week. Clan Battle starts Wednesday next week.
Exactly.
So we will be streaming that. So if you want to come and see, and we will be streaming actually the first slot of Clan Battles.
Correct, we will.
With the classified documents. So if you want to come and see how the classified documents works, make sure you are here about 18 minutes before this time on Wednesday next week.
Yeah.
Because that is when Clan Battles will start. Hopefully we can get everybody up and running straight away, so that we can get straight into the battles. But you will be able to see how classified. We will be playing on Asia in that one. The first.
It's always
server to
Asia,
go in those things. It goes Asia, EU, NA.
Yeah.
So the patching goes NA, Asia, EU, but the Clan Battles goes Asia, EU, NA.
Mm.
Come and watch the shit show that is CB testing on the main server.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can see the rage as well. Exactly, Jelkin will be raging and laughing, and the banter as well. all life.
Rage. Yeah. Please send out a heads up on Discord.
Absolutely. We will.
I will. Yep. Which Discord do you want it on?
Either or. We'll go live regardless. So.
Okay.
Ozzo and I and Justin are usually alive anyway, so yeah, if Justin's jumping on too.
Yeah, I don't know if Justin will stream, but he might want to, he might not. Wales Community Discord? No, God.
That's all we need.
Either works for you. Fair enough.
No worries, mate.
All right,
so I'm back on the 14.5 now.
Yes, operations with flagships.
You can now upgrade classified documents for greater efficiency. So in update 14.5, operations of flagships continues to evolve. You can now upgrade classified documents to level 8 for more efficiency with battling flagships and their fleets. Each classified documents provide attack and defense bonuses against specific flagships and their entourage. So, as you did before, earn intel tokens through the dedicated combat missions and use them to upgrade your documents. Next update will see a level cap for classified documents raised even higher.
I never played it, so I don't know.
Yeah, not really, no.
Yeah. If you're interested in operations and you do the operations with flagships, you probably know what this is about.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yes. Golden Lou is on their retro. It's nerfing its bomb damage, so its bombs are less effective. And the fires. They're basically making it so it can be redundant.
It can be redundant, yeah.
Yeah.
To a level anyway. To a level. It will still do damage, but not as much.
If I see Golden Lose in battles, I'm putting mine on it.
Well, yeah. Actually, Justin was he's going for it. So yeah, I think after this, he might have to reconsider.
Thank you for the follow, Scythe. Well, I mean, we'll find out early on how it actually impacts the game.
Well, you guys will see it first here.
Yep. See it first here. Absolutely.
Live.
All right. Dunkirk 1940. So my expectation is probably most people are either close to or have finished this if you have actually been working on it. The Operation Dynamo containers. There is 1 week left of this Dunkirk 1940 stuff, I think. Well,
this one, no, this one's finished, isn't it?
Oh, this one continues.
Well, it continues on now, like the previous one's finished.
Okay. No, the previous one hasn't finished.
I'm sure it's finished. This has got the new one started today. Oh, I haven't done it yet, so I didn't even finish the last one.
It's still the same one.
It's still the same. It just continues on.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can still get the Gallant, and if you already did it, would probably already have the Gallant. So now you're just going to get infinite containers.
Okay.
Just wonder how many clans are going to boycott the season. I don't know. It'll be interesting though. Yeah, I finished it yesterday as well. But yeah, that's continuing. I don't know when it's continuing until. It does say ends June 19th at 4 a.m. CEST UTC, your local time. Midnight on June the 19th.
Yeah.
Is when this finishes. So there is still a week. Yeah, there's a week.
Yeah.
I was right. So there is a week still of this. It finishes in a week. If you've got the Gallant, then you can keep on doing the unlimited containers, but that's going to take you some time to get each container. I think only if you use boosters and things can you get to the container every single day.
Yeah.
Because it's like 4,000 points you need or something.
Yeah.
Crazy. So yeah, it's not easy to get it every single day. But anyway, that continues on. I've got the Gallant. I already had the Gallant on all my servers anyway, so I'm just get the credits from it. But yeah, that's that.
Brawls. Okay, so Brawl 1, 4v4. It is tier 8 ships. No more than 1 aircraft carrier, 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, and 1 destroyer per team. No subs, and divisions of up to 4 players. Brawls 2 is 5v5 in tier 10s. No more than 1 aircraft carrier, 3 battleships, 4 cruisers, and 3 destroyers. No subs, up to 5. And then Brawls 3 is 3v3 in tier 9. No more than 2 battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. Divisions up to 3 players. We've done a few of those.
Yeah, CV shouldn't be allowed in Brawls. I'm sorry. CV shouldn't. There's not enough ships in the game for a CV to be in a Brawl.
Yeah.
I've watched too many smart CV players doing Brawls to know that if you take the CV and you know what you're doing in the CV, you've won this. It doesn't matter what happens. You've won this. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it unless they also have a CV. The only time I see the challenging is when the other team has a CV as well. And
exactly.
then it depends on the CVs. So to me, allowing CVs in Brawls ruined Brawls. But that's just my comment on it.
It's not really a Brawl, isn't it? When you think about it.
No.
It's pretty much get in there as quick as you can.
Behind an island,
yeah,
and then just goes out with his planes and keeps on going after you. And the only way to beat him is to either point out somehow. So it means you got to stay alive, and he keeps coming at you, and he can keep finding you because he can spot you himself with his planes. While he can spot with his planes, this doesn't work. Yeah, so CVs aren't allowed in the 3v3 version, but they are in the 4v4 and the 5v5.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's just a farm fest for CVs, exactly.
Pretty much, exactly.
And the only way to take out the CV is to get to the CV.
Yeah.
So if the CV hides behind the right island, the right location, and your team prevents them from being able to push to that island quickly,
correct,
then that CV just sits there farming you.
Yeah.
And then you either run out of time to kill him, or he kills you all because you couldn't make it to him in time.
Exactly.
If he's a good CV player, he's gonna freaking kill you. So you're basically it's a push of endurance. Your whole team has to push at the CV, and if anyone survives, then you probably get to kill the CV.
Correct. Yeah.
Otherwise, the CV wins. And that's what I hate about Brawls with CVs. So
unless you bring a ship out that's got good AA. and just keep destroying his planes, and it's making him useless. Really, that's the only other way around it. But it does make you think,
Yeah,
though, when you think about it, right? If you
it's
are, if
tier 8. What good AA is in
yeah, I
tier 8?
know, but if you it will make you forced to have, example, 2 or 3 ships stick together and actually,
Yep.
you know, utilize combined AA. You know, all right,
Yep.
you're going to be spotted the whole time, but you are pushing as a group, not to separate yourselves out. You know, I think it's the only way you can sort of win.
Then you'll focus fire. Then you'll focus fire on any torp DDs and focus fire. Like this is the problem.
This is the but
It's
these are the issues you incur.
the way you counter a CV
Yeah,
puts you at risk from the other ships. The way you counter the other ships puts you at risk from the CVs.
correct. Yeah.
So
But it does come down to formation too. Like if you're doing these, most likely, obviously, you can give up as well. But it's the fact of the matter is, even in claim battles, and obviously we've said it on countless occasions, it does come down to the formation of the ships as well, which I think something we need to work on for this claim battle seasons is, if we are doing a push, we've got to be in a set formation, not separated out, and that will help actually focus fire on some ships and so forth. So depending on what ship is going to go first and middle and the back determines obviously if it's a heavy hitter or if it's a destroyer at the front. Quite obviously they've been doing this for, and I've said this on countless times. They've been doing this for World War One, World War Two, and back in when ships became battleships back in the day. You need to start working on ship formations, on pushes, on where you're going to be placed at, and so forth. And it will affect in brawls, and it will obviously affect in clan battles as well. So something we definitely need to look at moving forward.
All right, let's move on to armory.
Armory.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, armory. So armory. This is one where people are very interested. And we probably are going to need to look at the separate article for this. And I know we don't have that one ready.
Yeah.
I don't think we have that one ready. But in update 14.6, so it's not yet, but in 14.6, so we can actually probably is in the 14.6 one then. Update 14.6, so on July the 10th, a content rarity feature along with the container barge improvements and ship rotation in the armory and premium shop will come into effect. Content rarity will introduce changes to the user interface, providing players with additional means to better understand the amount of effort needed to acquire content and whether the content will be widely accessible or highly exclusive. As part of the feature, they'll add grades ranging from common to uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. This will affect ships, camouflages, and enemy destruction effects. The rarity system is not a reflection of ships' combat effectiveness. It is a means for players to assess the amount of effort needed to acquire that content. Also in 14.6, the ship rotation system will be released. This will keep the most popular ships available for sale while rotating in new and older ships through the armory and premium shop on a regular basis, providing access to greater variety of content as part of these rotations. We're also introducing a regular schedule where uncommon and rare ships will return for purchase.
Nice.
This is outlined in more detail in a separate article. So, I should have opened it. Hang on. I think we should look at this article.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I already opened. I just clicked it.
Yeah, I realized that I wanted to open it in a new tab. All right. So basically this is changing. So the content rarity is going to add these levels. So common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. The common ones are always or frequently available through regular gameplay, designed to be broadly accessible. It's the tech tree ships from tier 1 to 10. The uncommon require moderate effort, typically available through recurring events and steady in-game progress, so super ships. Previously released regularly available premium ships like Atago or Cossack, including premium ships first released through event passes like Duplay. So if it's been available in an event pass or an event or something, then this is uncommon. Rare requires dedicated or focused effort via challenging events or long-term commitment. So this is ships and steel, research bureau category, event-based ships like Tennessee, dockyard midpoint ships like Repulse, as well as collaboration content. Epic requires significant time, effort, or high investment. typically limited time and difficult to reobtain. So these are the final reward dockyard
Yeah.
ships, like Wisconsin Golden and Golden ships like Prinz and Orange G and those type of ships. An ultra exclusive content graded for extraordinary effort or dedication. Iwaki Alpha, Arkansas Beta, Kitakami, and Alabama ST/VL.
Yeah.
So really, really going to be hard to get a hold of those ships, but they will be given the legendary grade.
But you can still get
The
them.
legend. Yes,
You're
the
still
idea
able
of
to
the
get them, yeah.
the idea of the rotation is going to add in a way for you to potentially get them by the sounds.
Correct. Yeah.
Gauge will be visually represented through the in-game interface by distinct colors and icons. Yeah, you'll be able to see a concept image below that shows that the Stalingrad, for example, is where does it actually say somewhere? I don't see.
I'm
It's
trying to
got
have a look now. I
blue
can't zoom in.
rare item. Yeah, it's rare.
Yeah.
And Kitakami is graded as a legendary item. So you'll see that, and then you'll be able to see it in the areas as well. And
Yeah.
when you receive your prizes, you'll be able to see it as
Yeah.
well. And then the same will be for like the camouflages and things like that.
Oh, I
They'll
hate
have
that colour.
a status as well.
I hate that
Yeah,
camouflage.
it's going to have a status. And then you can actually filter by the rarity as well. So the rarity is going to be filterable in the filter.
Yeah.
So the idea of the rarity thing is to improve the clarity. Also, with all of this, they are changing the pricing point for all of these ships. So all of the ships now will have prices based on their rarity. So doubloon ships, you can buy uncommon and rare ships with doubloons, and their prices will be impacted as such, where some of them were 1,250, some to up to 2,300, and some will have a price drop, some will have a price rise, and there is a what do you say, a document which you can find that will basically tell you what the prices were of these items and whether they're going up or going down so whether or not you should wait to buy or whether or not you should buy them
beforehand. Yeah.
And then coal price changes, so uncommon, rare, and epic you can get that way. And then steel ships are rare and research points are rare, and the changes that are happening to it. The entire list of ships for coal doubloons, etc. The new prices are all here for those ships if you want to see them in this document.
Yeah.
Right. So they're improving the opening of containers to make it faster. And they're going to try and make them clearer and easier to see so that you can deal with it. Oh, that's nice. They're actually going to have the number of containers on the right hand side so that you can actually just open more containers of that type. That's cool. Okay. So that you can do what you want to do still, but it gives you more information. So there's just some improvements coming with that, and then detailed information about what's available in the containers as well. Will be available from here rather than having to go and find the container.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
They've also got the trade-in event coming up as well.
You want the spreadsheet on the price change? Yeah, I can find that. I can find that later and send it out. The ship rotation. So in update 14.6, you put it in chat already? Oh, okay. Cool. Yep. Yeah, no, so make sure you have a look at that because that tells you which ships are going up in price and which ones are going down. And it looks like they've concreted it in or cemented in the pricing. They're not going to change it from what it was.
Yeah.
What they proposed. So that's good. In 14.6, they're introducing a ship rotation to streamline the increasingly crowded armory and premium shop. Over the years, there's been a vast number released. So 2 new ships, Irresistible and William de Erste, will be available from 14.5 for 62,000 research point and 31,000 steel. Additionally, 2 rare ships, San Diego and Leon, will be removed from armory in update 14.6. San Diego will return as the final reward as part of a free event collection in update 14.7, while Leon remains available through the Italian Destroyers collection. So you won't be able to buy them in the shop anymore, but you'll still be able to get them.
Yeah.
Ships will be separated into one of 4 initial planned groups of rotation. The groups are designed to be evenly distributed as possible in total number of ships, nations, classes, and tiers. Each group of ships will be available for 6 updates at a time. This means that if a group is introduced in 14.6, the ship will be available until version 15. The group of ships may be out of rotation for a maximum of 6 updates.
Yeah.
So a deployment of groups will be staggered. So at any given point, there will be 2 groups of ships available with a new group. All right. So okay. So group 1 might come in January and will end in July.
Yeah.
And group 2 may start in April and finish in whatever is 3 months.
Yeah, if you get a bit more below. Yeah, it actually shows you through the updates where the rotations are going to be.
So it means that at any stage you still have half of the ships available. But every 3 months, half of the ships that you have available will disappear, and another half, another lot will come in, and then 3 months later, the one that you had there for now 6 months will go out and come, and the next one will come in. So you will see the ships at least once a year. Every ship will come for at least 6 months in a year. But it won't be there for the entire year. That's what it's doing. So it just means if you don't see it now, you just need to wait for it to come back in.
Exactly right. It will eventually come back. And sometimes you don't have to wait until the Santa containers. Is it going to come through there? You'll eventually get the ship regardless if you want to buy it. If it's for in-game currency, doubloons, or so forth.
So there's a list of ships here which will disappear from the shop in 14.6. Those ships will be in two groups, and one of those groups will come back in 3 months' time, and the next group will come back in 6 months' time. So even though, say for example, the Agincourt is leaving the shop in this rotation, it will be back in either 3 or 6 months. To be able to buy again. So if you want to get that ship now, most people probably already have Agincourt now because
they would have paid for the event pass.
It had it was in the event pass so and it's a great ship. So if you didn't get it, you missed out. And it is about to disappear again. So I understand why it's going, but it is a great ship. But anyway, these are the ones that are disappearing. But to help players prepare for these upcoming changes, they're bringing back a trade-in event. In the Armory for the last 2 weeks of this patch, update 14.5. It's an opportunity to exchange your old ship for a discount on the purchase of a premium or special ships with doubloons. There has been a slight update to the list of ships compared to the previous trade-in events. So the list of ships you can get will be on that. It looks like it's the.
Oh, I did it. I actually did a couple last month, I think. I actually did a few ship upgrades. I think it was on the NA though. But it does help. Like if you want to, go from tier 9 to tier 10 or so forth, or you got some tier 7s you don't want to use, and definitely.
It's a great ship. Ozomaster 2025 Seal Clubber of the Year. Thanks, Justin.
The Agincourt. He's talking about.
The Agincourt is an awesome ship.
It's got awesome AA.
No, it's got man, it has the best AA in the game. It literally has the best AA in the game. So much so that
AA does nothing.
Exactly.
AA does nothing.
The best thing about it, I think when we both took out Agincourts and we had 2 CVs.
I think we won that game.
I think we did win that game regardless. That was just funny.
How do you think he made this awesome bed for Tilly? Sealskins. Thank you, Jill. But yeah, anyway, the ships that will be available for you to trade into are Agincourt, Genova, Sirocco, Duplay, Gallant, West Virginia 41, Atlanta, Florida, Tashkent 39, West Virginia 44, Alliance, if you like subs, Brandenburg, Kidd, Carnot, Dalian, Carl Johan, Marco Polo, Forrest Sherman, Max Immelman, if you like CVs, and Napoli. Now, I look at that list and I think I've got almost all of them on NA. But if you don't, there are some great ships in that list. But
There's a but.
my big my big thing on this is it worth trading in? Is it worth it? Because it depends on how much you get for these to then get these. Because then if you want to get these back,
Mm-hmm.
is it going to cost you more?
That's you'll have to wait and see.
Exactly. So the question is, should you? And the question really comes as to what do you want? Hey, what Diablojo? How you doing?
Trading
Trade
coal
in the coal
ships.
ships that you don't play. Yeah, you could do that.
Mm,
They said you get half the doubloons value in reduction. So yeah,
yeah.
that's what I mean. So
So just to
yeah,
answer Rose question is, I have a question about off topic. Please forgive me. Do you get to keep the experimental ships when they complete them all? No. 14.7, all the experimental ships go. But as we mentioned earlier, Wargaming have not given us a definite answer regarding to if they will stay or they will go. But according to them, they said anything between 14.2 to 14.7 that gets released in between these patches, there is no guarantee that it will stay or go. But with the experimental ships, they said no.
Experimental ships stuff within the experimental
Mm.
arena that they're talking about. So the experimental ships they've said are going.
Yep.
So the ships that you are purchasing now will go.
Only for rent.
Whether or not those ships stay available in the game is what we don't know yet.
Yep.
That they have not committed to that answer. In fact, they've made it very clear that it may.
And they won't.
They won't make it clear till 14.7.
Exactly right.
Or 14.8. They might wait till 14.8 and release it in 14.8.
This is the reason why earlier we were stating that it's very an expensive route to rent these ships when they could be released for much cheaper.
Yeah, the only thing that Jelka made a good point about was the fact that they are a way to buy coal.
Yeah.
Basically, you're trading credits for coal.
Correct. Yeah. At the end of it, yeah.
All right.
I think we're going to go back now.
Yep. Let's go back. Hang on.
Back to the armory.
Yes.
We've done that. So there is new ships. 14.5. The Irresistible will become available to the in the armory for 62,000 research points. There's hypothetical further development of the Vanguard class battleship armed with two 34mm main battery guns that were under consideration by the British in the late 1930s as a future weapon system. The ship would have been built in Britain in the 1940s, transferred to the Royal Australian Navy. The Irresistible takes her name from the Royal Navy battleship that was sunk during the Dardanelles campaign, a landmark event in history of the Commonwealth Armed Forces. It's about time we get a battleship. Despite her short main battery range, provides good damage per minute HE and AP shells, coupled with decent accuracy. Unusually for a ship for a tier or type, Irresistible has low detectability and carries a crawling smoke generator, which will become handy given her vulnerability to citadels. Weak armor and small HP pool. Overall, Irresistible is intended for short to medium range fights and strategically use cover to quickly take down cruisers and destroyers. Do you want to take the second one? What dogs are barking? I don't know what they're barking about. Just give me a second.
The dogs are barking. The second one, so William d'Urstay. So William d'Urstay is entering the armory during this update and will be available for 31,000 steel. A development of the G3 battlecruiser design, which could have been built in Britain in the 1920s and transferred to the Allied Netherlands during World War II. The ship is named after the first king of the Netherlands And she also inherits this name from a Dutch ship of the line of the 19th century. So the William de Este can bring to bear 490mm triple gun main batteries, and she's sporting good accuracy and range despite not having the best caliber for her tier. She has favorable speed, aided by an engine boost, low detectability to make her up for her weak armor, and a small HP pool. However, the de Este's main feature is her signature airstrike, which can
Sorry
be
about that.
deployed either against ships as an anti-submarine warfare. Oh, this is something which I've actually wanted to have happen for a while. So her HE bomb airstrike can be deployed at long range. The bombs deal high damage and have good penetration, allowing William de Erste to pound enemies from stealth and quickly reposition. Note that both ASW and standard airstrike share the same charges, so use them wisely.
There you go.
This is what should have been done with all the Dutch bloody cruisers and any ship that has a bloody plane on it.
Yeah.
The fact that the bombs for this thing can be used to do the bombing on the submarines as well, which means that you get the same range for your dropping on submarines as you get for your bombing of anyone else. So it means if it's a long range, which it says it's a long range, you can long range get submarines. That's what the Dutch line should have been. What's the big issue with it? Oh yeah, there was so much crying about that. The subs don't like it. They put 120 seconds on the reload charge for 15
Poor
kilometers.
subs. Poor
Okay.
subs.
But how many does he has? Does it have 1, 2, 3? Is it like Golden Lou with 3 at a time? 2 charges. Okay, but then there's a huge gap. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So
All right. So, Battle of Paso de Patria containers returns. Do you need to go? You're going to stay?
yeah, so
No, I say, do you need to go or are you going to stay?
no, I've already gone.
Have you?
Yeah.
Go.
Halfway through update 14.5, you get a chance to get I was waiting for this to come. When this event happened and you had a choice between getting this or the ship. I think it was. And I said at the time that this guy was going to come out in cold containers eventually because this was all done through containers. Old bald beardy type. Yep. So he is coming out. So the Battle de Paso de Patria is coming out in cold containers. Or you can do the premium containers with doubloons. And the containers will be available permanently now, and they offer a great chance to complete the Battle of Paso de Patria collection so that you can get Joachim Marquis Lisboa.
Yeah.
So if you did not Captain or Super Containers, wasn't the Captain he was competing against something else. You had to use the same tokens to buy something else.
Yeah. I remember that, but
There
I
was
can't
something else that was competing against him.
Yeah.
I know I went the Captain because I went the event. Yeah. But there were 2 events running at the same time using the same tokens. Wasn't that this guy?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Tai Hang. Yeah, there you go, Tai Hang.
Tai Hang.
You were competing the Tai Hang Rochester? I think Tai Hang, yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was that one. The Tai Hang was competing against Lisboa. You could get one or the other. You couldn't get both.
Yeah.
That was basically what it came down to. So you had to commit to one pathway or you wouldn't be able to do it. And yes, you could get super containers as well. There are other things as well. But though I think it was Rochester. I didn't get Tai Hang. No, it wasn't Rochester. It definitely wasn't Rochester.
I think it was something else.
It was something. It might not have been Tai Hang. Rochester was
It was
a
an
different thing.
anniversary thing.
but I can't remember what it was. But anyway, basically, yeah, now you have a chance to get Lisboa. And I knew that was gonna happen.
Again.
It was not the. It was not the. I don't think it was the Tai Hang. It was a Pan American ship. I'm pretty sure because he's Pan American. I think it was a Pan American ship.
I think,
if
wasn't he
remember
connected with the
correctly.
Libertad?
He is, but there was something. I can't remember what it was. I'd have to go back and have a look.
Mm,
But he was competing against something, and you had a choice between getting him or the other thing.
yeah.
I chose to get him on 2 of my servers, I think. But not on the 3rd.
Yeah.
So, I had a hunch that he'd come out that eventually bring this out for coal containers, etc. Because they've done it with everything else.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's your chance, guys. You can get the Battle of Paso de Petria containers for 2,000 coal, or 5 times and 25 the premium containers for 5,000 doubloons or 20,000 doubloons, respectively. So I think the premium containers give you multiple of his things, whereas the coal ones gives you one. Tai Hang competed with the Dutch dude. Oh, Tai Hang did? Okay, it was Tai Hang. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
It was
So,
up to 110 super containers. No, it was 110 super containers, the Commander or the Tai Hang.
all right, I prefer the super containers.
I went him.
Yeah.
So
Lisboa.
anyway.
I think you went Lisboa because of the Libertad.
Yes. Well, because of
The memory's starting to click back in again.
because of the Pan American
Yeah.
stuff, because of what the benefit he gives
Correct.
to
Yeah.
the Pan American ships, his special, unique skills
Yeah.
are perfectly suited. And even if you don't have him for his skills, so like in clan battles, the bonuses that he has on him set up are perfect for those Pan American ships. I had so low numbers of ships at that time. Commander was not enough for me. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Fair enough, Joachim. Yeah.
But now you can get him for coal if you want anyway. So he's no longer unattainable for anyone who didn't get him, which
Yeah.
is perfect. All
Summer
right.
Festival.
Finally
The
done
Armory.
the Summer Festival.
Yeah, again. Yep. The Armory is an update 14.5 is shining brightly with sunny vibes as the Summer Festival opens up. Get yourself ready for a hot days with firepower, premium containers, and special bundles for doubloons that will bring you days of warships, premiums accounts, expandable account bonuses, permanent camouflages, among other valuable items. Moreover, these bundles will grant you summer tokens as a bonus, as a way for you to get some rewards. A special progress bar awaits you during the summer festival. Fill it with summer tokens to receive multiple rewards that get you bigger with every level. To obtain additional summer tokens besides those from the bundles, complete special missions, and unlock the secondary progression line on the event pass, active players will be able to reach level 9 and obtain the Boom enemy destruction effect, premium ship tier 6 container, unique expandable economic bonuses, and other free rewards for free. Higher levels carry rewards like steel research points, tier 7, tier 8, and tier 9 premium ship containers, and special ship tier X elite containers as a final reward.
But to get those, you would need to spend.
A load of money.
So you can get up to the tier 6 container in the progress without spending.
Yeah.
In the Armory, you can get some tokens and 5 days of premium for. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. You can get stuff and get those tokens for some stuff for without spending.
Yeah.
And then you can also do the missions, and then you can also do the second line of the event pass. You do all those things, you will get the tier 6 ship container, which means that you'll be able to get a free tier 6 ship. So call for sets of signals. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. So all that coal that you're getting from spending your credits on the experimental ships can go towards getting stuff so that you can get a tier 6 container here.
Pretty much. Exactly what it is.
and then you can trade in your tier 6 ship to get a different ship in the trading event.
So true. Oh.
Okay.
Naval Legacy. Go for it.
So the Naval Legacy event is perfect for clubbing. Yep. The
Exactly.
Naval Legacy event is dedicated to Johnston, a destroyer that served in the US Pacific Fleet. She participated in numerous operations, and this has started as well, but was sunk during an escort run during what became known as the Battle of Samar. These sets of random bundles are available, offering a chance to obtain Johnston, Nanning, and Cambridge, and GQ Johnny, a version of Johnston with historically accurate hull damage
Oh wow.
from her last battle. Owners of GQ Johnny will receive a small bonus access to the 4-piece still standing collection that will reward you with historical commander Ernest E. Evans with enhanced skills, the GQ Johnny flag, and the corresponding collection achievement upon completion.
There you go.
Starting with update 14.7 in August and continuing through the end of the year, you can take part in a special campaign that rewards regular play and earn GK Johnny for free. If you already own GQ Johnny, you will receive Steel as compensation. We'll share more details closer to the release of update 14.7. This will be a one-time anniversary focused event, and we don't currently have any similar campaigns planned for future Naval Legacy ships.
There you go.
You'll also be able to directly purchase Johnston in the Armory and Premium Shop, while Nanning and Cambridge will only be available in the Premium Shop. So yeah.
Just give me a sec. Oh, go for Independence.
Oh, an ad was running. Oops. Tier 6 is online too, isn't it? Sorry, Tier 6. We're not talking about the event pass, old Grumps. We're talking about the we are talking about the we're talking about the summer festival with that. Yeah. So the summer festival is a single line. All right. I'm usually not client for random bundle, but this time they made it even more confusing. There's multiple different bundles you can go in as well in this thing. I've already had a look at it, and I'm not impressed. Bo managed to get because you can purchase some of the bundles, and then one of the so you can purchase the top bundle, and in that you get tokens which you can use to purchase the second line of the bundle.
Didn't Bo get a ship?
Gives you tokens to throw at the second. Yeah, he did. He got the Cambridge.
Yeah, he got it on the first go.
Bo had the Cambridge show up in his first thing, so he went and got the token so he could get the Cambridge.
Yeah.
So he spent the money on the previous one so he could get enough tokens so he could buy the first bundle of the second one so that he could get the Cambridge.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. If you see a ship on that first one, I'd do it. I'd do it too. My first thing is the Nanning. I've seen that in battles. It's annoying.
It is very annoying.
especially when they sit at the back of the map, not helping. Because you know they can do better. All right. Independence Day. In update 14.5, we prepared an Independence Day event to celebrate the holiday. It features Wings of Freedom premium containers, plus the thematic random bundles for doubloons with numerous permit camouflages for US ships. You'll also be able to get Independence tokens through these bundles, as well as via special mission change. You can use Independence tokens to purchase additional bundles with the Long Time No See Eagles permanent camouflage for Worcester and Wings of Freedom containers, as well as USS Florida charge sequential bundles with a flag, Commando, the Gold Eagle permanent camouflage, and the ship herself, which can be yours for doubloons.
If this doesn't say fucking America, like, this is America. Look at the Eagles in the middle of it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. This is like, yeah. It's America all over.
Your first thing is the Nanning, Brutus? Oh, I guess you're getting the Nanning. I just clicked on what you were saying there. I guess you're getting the Nanning, because that's a good ship to get. It screams America. Yeah,
Fucking screams, all right.
Screams it all right. That freaking ship screams at you, and even when it doesn't scream America. Anyway,
What's it say on the
All
side
right.
of it? Don't tread on me. Sorry, my viewers are going through an ad break at the moment, but that's all right.
I
So,
see that.
Star Trek collaborations returns. What do you think of the Star Trek shit they had last time? It was alright. It wasn't a bad event, I would say, but this is it more or less bringing out the camouflages and stuff for Star Trek itself and
The
some ships.
commanders.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the voiceover commanders they try to do. The Australian one they did was shocking.
Mhm.
The Star Trek ones are bad. The voiceovers just don't sound realistic.
Mm.
The first thing I see is Green Econo. Yeah, fair enough. The doc that broke the game. Oh yeah, the doc that broke the game.
Yep, it did.
Yeah, they finally fixed that, and they actually made it better, which is good. But yeah, you'll also find an armada of permanent camouflages to make your fleet stand out. USS Voyage. So you got the Queen's Diamond for Yamato, USS Voyager for Salem, and USS Enterprise D for for the Enterprise and more. See, I wouldn't mind actually having the Enterprise D camo for the Enterprise just because kind of cool. But I'm not going to spend money on this stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you really love it and you really want to spend on it, go ahead. It's coming
Mhm.
June 19 to July 10. Keep an eye out for it. It will be back. All right.
Content and additions and changes. So Commander Ruby Moore with an individual voiceover. Commanders Clint R. Fletcher and the John L. Warden. Experimental ships Group I flag. Triple detonation enemy destruction effect. Oh, we were just talking about that. Japanese squadrons and Japanese squadron premium containers added to the game. So this is the update 14.5 will also bring changes to the settings of domination mode with the aim of reducing the number of cases where battles end too quickly. You can now read more about this in the changes development blog and publications. The contents of the Firepower Premium, Wings of Freedom Premium, and Battle to Paso de Patria Premium containers will be changed with the release of 14.5. Ships, the Royal Sovereign British Battleship Tier 6. How do you say that? How do you say that one? Russian ship. Can you say that one?
Sorry, the Arkhangelsk.
The Arkhangelsk.
Arkhangelsk.
Yep.
I guess.
Verfure, British destroyer, the Laffy, American destroyer, Sibir, Soviet battleship, the Admiral Latal. Oh, I can't even say that. Sorry, Jelk. Fuck that one up. Were added to the testing by developers, volunteers, and community contributors. Future changes. Several containers will have their containers contents changed starting with the update of 14.6. This includes the Operations Dynamo Premium, Battle Premium, Battle of Liat Gulf Premium, and French Squadron Premium containers. You can check this out exactly with these numbers in this development blog below. And last but not least, we've got other changes. Fixed a feature that sometimes cause players to be able to research experimental ships even if they weren't already unlocked. Okay. Reduce the minimum number of mines needed to eliminate the minefield in operations with flagships. Fixed a feature that sometimes prevented players from saving consumable slots order settings. Fixed a visual feature with the post-clan battles rating change screen. Fixed a tooltip for one of the Dutch unique commanders, Conrad Helfrich, skills in battle. And the complete list of changes, please refer to the player support feature. Also loves features.
This game is full of features.
This is how you say it, PC. Another Black Sea Reef. It's fully featured, TJ. Fully featured. So that is 14.5, guys. So what are your thoughts on that? There's a lot to take in 14.5 and come at the 14.6. What do you reckon, also?
Yeah, I want to hear about when the CV changes are coming.
When they're deleted from the game.
Well, maybe that'll end up being their solution, because they might just go, well, we can't fix the problem, just get rid of the ships. That fixes the problem.
Well, exactly right. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
They won't do that. They won't delete a feature.
Someday, one day. The spotting changes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're waiting for that.
I've heard they're partially happy with them, but they're partially not. There's certain things they like, and there's certain things they weren't happy with the test. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see in 14.9 when they finally get released.
We'll see in 15.7. All right. Anyway, did you want to do 14.6, or should we?
I think we'll leave 14.6 for the next one, I reckon.
Okay. That case then, guys.
That concludes Ship Talk for tonight, but it is not the end of the stream.
Ship Talk. No, it's not.
By all means.
No, it's not. The stream will be continuing. We will need 2 to 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about 3 minutes.
Get ourselves set up back on the Asia server to. Oh, I forgot to actually update my.
Back to the grind.
Doing this. That's
Grumps. That's exactly right.
Get back to the grind. And we will be back playing ships in about 5 minutes.
We'll be back, guys.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Guys.